Human on Earth has shared the same late-night thought that the world would be an objectively better place if we could just blink the entire mosquito population out of existence. The flesh and blood reality is that mosquitoes are the deadliest animals on the planet. This chart shows the annual human death toll of different factors. Mosquitoes cause an estimated 725,000 deaths every year through diseases like malaria, yellow fever, and Zika, killing more people annually than all homicides, suicides, and wars combined. This threat inspired the mid-century crusades of Dr. Fred Soper. As the director of the Pan American Health Organization, he launched massive campaigns to eliminate the insects across the Americas using heavy applications of the insecticide DDT. That approach was ineffective. Mosquitoes are highly adaptable, with enough biodiversity and rapid breeding cycles to develop chemical resistance and repopulate areas almost as soon as the spraying stopped. Synthetic biology has since moved the idea of eradication from a fantasy into a technical reality. Through gene drives, we now possess the capacity to trigger a species-wide population collapse in a matter of years. If we finally have the power to delete the world's deadliest killer, we have to ask why ecologists are begging us not to use it. To find the answer, we have to simulate exactly what happens to the global ecosystem the day after we eradicate every mosquito on Earth. This grid represents the roughly 3,500 species of mosquito found worldwide. A campaign for total eradication would destroy all of them, even though only a tiny fraction of these species actually transmit diseases to humans. That sudden loss would trigger a trophic cascade. Because mosquitoes outnumber almost every other animal on the planet, they are a primary protein source for bats, birds, geckos, and fish. The impact is especially severe in the Arctic. Migratory birds flock to polar skies every summer, specifically to feast on the thick clouds of mosquitoes that blanket the region. Without them, those migrations would face an uncertain future. There is also a significant botanical cost. While we associate them with blood, most mosquitoes actually spend their lives feeding on nectar. Like bees or butterflies, they travel from plant to plant, acting as vital pollinators for various environments. Deleting the mosquito doesn't just stop itchy bites. It starves predators and disrupts the reproductive cycles of plants, threatening the foundational food webs of entire continents. Mosquitoes also play a paradoxical role in human geography by acting as unwitting guardians of remote habitats. In deep tropical jungles, the high risk of mosquito-borne disease is a primary deterrent to human colonization. By making certain environments difficult for people to inhabit, these insects have historically slowed the spread of human development. Without this biological vanguard, massive tracts of pristine rainforest would be instantly exposed to human expansion and aggressive deforestation. Beyond habitat loss, eradication creates a dangerous biological void. When a dominant species is suddenly wiped out, it creates an ecological vacuum that other organisms will move to fill. We have spent centuries learning how to track and treat the pathogens mosquitoes carry. If we eliminate them, we create an opening for an entirely unstudied insect to fill that niche, forcing us to face the devil we don't know in the form of a new, unpredictable disease vector. The immediate relief of eradication is outweighed by the risk of unchecked deforestation and the emergence of new, unmanaged plagues. Fortunately, we don't have to choose between human health and a surviving ecosystem. Out of 3,500 species, just a few dozen culprits, like the invasive Aedes aegypti, are responsible for the vast majority of disease transmission. Instead of an indiscriminate chemical sledgehammer, geneticists are building biological scalpels to target only those specific dangerous species. This flowchart shows the technique developed by companies like Oxitec. Scientists release modified male mosquitoes that carry a self-destruct gene. When they mate with wild females, they pass on a protein that halts larval development, causing the next generation to die before they can bite or reproduce. Another method involves a bacteria called Wolbachia. When researchers release male mosquitoes carrying specific strains of this bacteria, they are biologically incompatible with wild females. This acts as a natural birth control to suppress the population. These methods don't cause total extinction. Instead, they drive the population of dangerous mosquitoes precisely below the threshold where they can effectively transmit disease. This precision approach allows public health officials to stop the spread of malaria and Zika while leaving the rest of the ecosystem untouched. True mastery of nature isn't achieved by total annihilation, but by the surgical precision to neutralize our deadliest enemies while keeping the natural world intact.